listening to WASH, That Washington Sound, Episode 2 of Coyote Canyon. I am the Game Master, Emil Rodriguez. Joining me is Gabriel Rodriguez, Janelle Rodriguez, Jaden Farr,
Hi,
Paul Lang, and Hayden Colin, right?
Right.
Making sure. We are about to play episode 2 of Coyote Canyon, so if you have not seen episode 1, some of the stuff may be a little confusing, but it's still fun. Join us, have fun, watch along with us, and yeah. So we're going to go ahead and start off with a couple of things here, just to get us back into the groove of the game. So let me drop off this audio real quick. Here we go.
I bet I could chug this cola in no time flat.
you're on.
Cola's for suckers. Try chugging this.
What's Prilla?
Prospector's Pick brand Prilla is a mineral water sarsaparilla that isn't kidding around. It's got the strong, irresistible taste of sarsaparilla with the cleansing properties of mineral water, and with more vitamin C than orange juice to boot, so your mother knows it's the healthy choice.
So, what's the verdict?
It's great. Wait, where'd the old man go?
Look, he's on the bottle.
The prospector from Prospector's Pick.
Prospector's Pick Prilla, sarsaparilla with mineral water. Look for it at your local Huckleberries or Alpha Beta. And ladies, try our new diet variant, Soft Prilla.
Washington Sound. You're listening to WASH, That Washington Sound. I'm still out on vacation, and just about now I'm sure Jonathan is having a nervous breakdown about the state of our equipment. I'm sure he'll be fine though. Our Ancient Myths radio broadcast about Coyote Canyon is probably still well underway, and this is probably what happened last time on Coyote Canyon. The kids head to school and spend an average day hanging out with friends and studying. The notorious Mr. Hook rocked the school with the announcement that Blam, the musical sensation, would be performing live at the grand opening of the Churnbello Bay Resort and Casino the following evening. When school was done for the day, our heroes went in search of some missing feed at the local ranches and found confusion, strange phenomenon, and the school mascot Quill, the copper quail, charging around the ground seemingly by itself. At the end of such an eventful evening, a strange music began to play from the hotel, and when Kimberly went to look out the window, she noticed that her eyes had begun to glow gold, much like that of the eyes of Quill the copper quail. That should be where we left off, so Jonathan, if you could... No, I know, I'm not 5. So, let me pull this back up. Kimberly. Through the reflection, looking directly out towards the hotel, you see your face with 2 golden illuminated eyes reflecting right back at you. You kind of pull away from the window in surprise. What do you do?
I think I just stare in shock for I rub my eyes and I'm like, maybe I'm just like the night has just like gotten to my head. Maybe I'm seeing things, and I open my eyes again to see if I see the same thing.
Yeah, looking at the window, you still see the same gold glowing eyes staring right back at you.
Oh, goodness. What time is it? Like, is it super late?
At the moment, I'd say it's probably somewhere around like 10:30. There's that strange incandescent glow from the hotel of that like blue pink neon lights that are just like illuminating the back of the hotel and bouncing off of like the mountainside behind it. It's kind of hard to miss from anywhere.
Okay. I want to go to my mirror and see if I see the same thing.
Yeah, you walk over to your mirror, and you have a much better reflection there. Your face looks the same. It's just the irises are just glowing the same color gold as you had seen Quill, the school mascot, roaming around with the same color eyes.
Huh. I think I'm gonna call Penny.
Okay. So you walk over to the phone and you start dialing to Penny's home. Let's go ahead and say roll brains to see if in this moment you're able to like be coherent enough to dial
That's
the
fair.
number. Whoa. You exploded your roll. Very nice.
Yes.
So yeah, no. In your panic, you just rush over and immediately start dialing the phone to Penny's house. Penny, what are you doing right about now? I mean, we left it off, and everyone was kind of looking in the direction of the hotel. Now that it's lit up with its strange incandescent lights, but you didn't notice anything off. What are you doing right now, around 10 o'clock at night?
Yeah, I'm probably hanging out on my bed, looking at magazines or something. Beauty tips, so on.
Okay. And then you hear the phone ringing. I'm guessing you probably have a phone in your room?
I definitely do.
Okay. What does your room look like, by the way?
It's fairly clean. It's filled up with like artwork that I've done at school and travel posters, and it kind of has a disconnect. Like the color is kind of like a pale pink, and like the bed is like frilly and stuff, but everything else is kind of more 80s colors of arts and the posters. So it almost like it looks like it wasn't my idea that the room looks this way, except for what's on the walls.
Okay. So you are kind of flipping through magazines and just getting settled in for the night after having cleaned off all of the like slop and feed that had poured on you from the day, and then you hear the phone ring.
I reach over and answer it.
Yeah.
Hello?
Oh my goodness, Penny. I'm freaking out a little bit.
Kimberly?
Yeah, it's me. Hey,
Oh.
question.
Sure.
Are your eyes glowing like weird, like that, like the mascot, like glowing and freaky when you look at your reflection?
I don't think so.
Look at your
hold on.
reflection.
Oh, all right, easy. Hold on. So I go to my mirror. I assume it's the phone has a pretty good cord. So I bring it over and I look into my mirror.
Okay. So you kind of get up from your room. How bright is it in your room right now? Like, do you have just a lamp on, or is your overhead lights on? Anything like that?
At this time of night, I probably just have a lamp on.
Okay. So you walk over to the dresser and you look into the mirror. Roll grit.
Hold on. I will not even using. What do I have?
Let's see. You have 3 adversity tokens right now. Would you like to use any?
Even if I use one, it's still a bad roll.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think it's. I think I'll just leave it. Yeah.
Okay. So this is what happens. I gave you an adversity token. You look into the mirror, and your eyes are glowing gold.
Mine
But
are.
behind
Okay.
you, in the doorway to your walk-in closet, there's a figure standing there with the same golden eyes. Unlike that of the Quill the Copper Quail, this is humanoid, definitely. Just a shadowed outline of a person with normal, well, I say normal, but normal-sized eyes that are also glowing gold.
Okay.
Unfortunately, because the roll was so low, you do drop the phone.
Okay.
So, Kimberly, you hear...
Penny? Penny? Penny?
So it's behind me. Am I in a state of mind where I can reach for anything?
I'd say you're close enough to your vanity that you can grab anything that would be, like, feasibly beyond the vanity.
Okay. What would be there? I guess I will... I guess the sharpest thing that would be there is a nail file. So I will grab that.
Okay. So you pick up the nail file. Do you break eye contact with whatever it is?
Not yet.
Okay. So
I'm
you
going
pick up
to
the nail file.
keep my eye on the mirror and try to reach down for the phone.
Okay. Keeping your eye on the mirror, you start reaching down. I need you to roll grit one more time. Okay. Would you like to use any adversity tokens?
I will use 2.
Okay. Then with a 5, you reach down. Luckily, the phone isn't broken from landing on the ground, and you're able to put it back to your ear. The figure is still standing in the doorway of your closet.
Kimberly,
Yeah.
there's a figure behind me in my closet. What do I do? Do I turn around and look at it? Like, what if it disappears?
I don't know.
Should
What do you
stay
mean? Like
here?
it's like physically there, or like
It's a shadow in my closet with gold eyes. Does it do anything different as I'm talking about it?
Occasionally, it'll turn its head slightly, so it is moving. No. It is present.
Is it moving along with me, or is it separately from me?
It doesn't seem to be attached to you.
Okay, it's moving.
Okay, if you're just seeing it in reflection, I'd say turn around and look and see if it's actually there.
Okay.
And then look back.
Okay, actually, I'm going to... I'll turn around,
to talk
but
to it. See if it's okay.
All right. I'll turn around slowly and
you
ask...
can turn around slowly?
Well, like, normally, I guess. I'll turn around and ask what it wants.
Okay. So you turn around, and just as you do, the strange cadent music coming from the hotel stops. And as you look back into the space where it was, it's there for just a brief moment, and you see it dissipate into nothing.
It left. It's gone. I don't know where it is. I'm like looking around the room now.
Looking around the room, roll brains for me.
Okay.
With a 10, you look back at the vanity, your eyes are the normal color.
My eyes are normal now.
They're not glowing?
They're not glowing anymore.
And nothing's in your room anymore.
Look around at your room.
All right,
Make
I
sure
look
it's
around.
not in there with you.
Okay,
Roll
I'm
brains.
looking around. Oh.
2. Would you like to use any adversity tokens?
Will it help?
You never know.
I'll add one.
Okay. So with a 3, you kind of start looking around your room. The first thing you notice is in your mirror, your eyes are no longer glowing. But you look over at the doorway that goes into the hallway, and for a brief moment you see something had been there, and it
It's no longer there.
Penny,
Uh-huh.
my eyes aren't glowing anymore, but there was definitely something in my house.
What do we do? We can't
I
find
don't know.
shadows. We
No.
need to find what's his face?
Colt?
Uh,
The
yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Do you-
Right? That's what we should do, right?
Yeah, maybe we should talk to the others and see if they've experienced anything odd or strange or glowing or...
I don't have their numbers.
Oh.
You know Frankie.
I know Frankie. I can call Frankie.
Does
I can call Frankie.
do the others even have phones?
I don't know. The hippie wouldn't. Right?
It has a name, but that's not important right now.
Oh.
I'm gonna grab stuff. Where should we meet? Where should we go?
Outside the museum. Let's meet outside the museum.
Okay.
Yeah? Good?
Sure.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna call Frankie.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay. Meet us as soon as we can. Bye.
So, you start dialing Frankie. Frankie,
Yes.
where do you find yourself at approximately 10, 15, 10, 18, something like that, at night?
I'm going to say both me and my dad are still up, kind of working on our separate things. He's probably working on a car, and maybe I'm working on some like neighborhood kid's bike, trying to keep my mind off of like the utter nonsense that we saw earlier in the evening.
Sure. So, as you're just trying to, like, keep everything focused, you hear that strange music playing all the way from the hotel. It's never done this before. It just starts kind of reverberating through everything. And the thoughts of the things that you saw throughout the day, you can't shake it from your head. And as you continue to try and focus on it, go ahead and roll brains for me. With a 5. The garage door is open at the moment. Just, to get a cool night breeze.
Fresh air,
Arizona.
yeah.
Yeah, Arizona gets pretty hot.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of like quickly look out. You see your dad working on another truck, just trying to wrap it up for the evening. And behind him, you see the silhouette of a man with glowing gold eyes.
Outside, okay, so outside of the garage door open.
Yeah.
I am going to stand up, say, Dad, will scream rather, Dad, look out behind you, and then I'm going to throw the wrench that's currently in my hand at the glowing-eyed raccoon, I'd assume it is.
Roll fight. 5. With a 5, you pick up the wrench, you yell at your dad, and you throw the wrench. The wrench flies for about 5 feet, then stops.
Dad, behind you, outside of the garage.
By that I mean it like kind of flips a few times, and then it slows down until it stops.
Probably still inside of the building with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, never made it out the doors. Yeah, I'm shouting at him that there's something behind him. Look out.
Your dad, you kind of like move a little bit to look at your dad. He's not moving.
Like, okay.
He looks like he's in the middle of doing something with an engine part, but he is frozen.
Is there like a screwdriver next to me?
Sure, let's say, yeah, that's feasible.
I'm gonna pick that up and like real carefully like start walking up to my dad while keeping an eye, like, well, I guess both eyes on this thing, and kind of try to give him a shove.
You walk up to your dad, and as you get up to give him a shove, you notice that his like eyes, the pupils, are just moving very quickly in all directions. But the rest of his body is frozen.
I might not be the most clever person, but I know that thing out there has to be some sort of body snatcher. So I'm going to start throwing more things at it. I'm just going to continuously pick up tools. And I'm not walking outside.
So you're going to start picking up tools.
Yeah, I want to hit it with something.
All right. So now that you're closer to it, because you moved to your dad, the thing hasn't moved. It stayed in place. And you just start picking up whatever tools you can, wrenches, screwdrivers, anything that's nearby, even a power drill at one point, and all of it is the same. Once it gets like outside of 5 feet from you, it stops. Midair. Frozen.
Well, I don't need more than a D6 of brains to know that I should just close the garage door.
You walk over to the garage, like the chains that control like the garage, and you start pulling on them to get the garage to close. Everything outside of that 5 feet from you moves very slowly, but it does move.
So like the things that I threw hit some sort of... They slow down, and then what? They're like slowly starting to reach the ground?
No, they just stopped.
So they're staying in midair.
Yeah, the garage door is the only thing that's moving, but it's moving very slowly as you pull. It's giving you a lot of resistance for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
The thing isn't moving. It's just standing there.
I'm panicking at this point because I'm running out of things to try. I'm gonna slap my dad.
You walk up and you just open palm, smack your dad in the face. Your hand makes contact, and then you see the ripple of like the impact just slowly starting to take on your father's cheek, and then it stops after a certain point. His eyes are still moving wildly in his head. After about a minute or two longer, the music stops. And then a lot of things happen all at once. The garage door slams, and because it slams, all the tools just smack against it and then slide down. Then your dad, having the impact on his cheek, gets kind of like smashed down onto like the engine block. So you hear all at once. As your dad's just kind of like massaging both sides of his head. Oh, ow, what just happened?
There was a thing outside, Dad, and you were frozen, and
What?
a lot of things just happened, Dad.
The phone starts stirring.
1 second, Dad. I'll get you an ice pack.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Ow. As you move over to pick up the phone.
Hello?
Frankie, hey, anything creepy, freaky, weird happening at your place? Anything?
There's like a time vortex that everything got stuck in but me. And there was a creepy guy with golden eyeballs.
He was at my house and at Penny's house. The time thing is new, though. Were your eyes glowing, perhaps? Maybe, possibly, sometime tonight?
Mine? I haven't looked in the mirror in, I don't know, probably a few days. I can go check.
Okay.
Can I?
Hey, you should meet me and Penny at the museum, like right now, because we all have some things to discuss about what is going on.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, go now. Let's go. Meet us there now.
Bye.
As you hang up the phone, you go over to look in the mirror, and you look as much Frankie as you've always looked.
No glowing eyeballs at all?
Nope.
I don't know what Kim was talking about. I guess I'm going to the museum.
All right.
Oh, before that, can I really get my dad an ice pack though?
Yeah, no problem. You walk over to a fridge. Apparently, it happens more often than normal. You have like a one of those like large standalone freezers that you keep different things on. But there's a lot of ice packs in there because your dad hits his head on stuff a lot.
Yeah.
So you walk back, hand him an ice pack, grab your gear, and start heading in the direction of the museum.
Perfect.
As you start doing that, play. There we go. You're muted.
Oh, hello.
There we go. As Frankie heads off to meet up with the other girls, you are in your room, just kind of getting ready for like sleep after the craziness that occurred.
I'm wearing like one of those like long pajama shirts, like they have in old timey, like England, just without the hat.
Okay. With the butt flap? Is that what you're talking about?
No. Like the long, like sort of it's like a dress basically, but it's just like a long sleeve shirt.
Oh, jeez, man. Okay. As you're getting ready for bed with your lit candle, what do you normally do? What's your routine?
Well, I'll like make sure that the alarm clock is set so that I can get up early to help my uncle down at the store with the early orders and things, because it's Saturday tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Okay. Or Friday.
I think it's Friday. There's still a school day.
Okay, so it's Friday. So yeah, I have to get up early in the morning because that's, Fridays are a big like order day because they do a bunch of orders, a lot of pickups at the same time, and so I get up extra early to help my uncle with the store before I go to school. So I make sure I set the clock. I have a glass of water, and at this point I'm just like laying in bed. I've turned off the lights and stuff. I'm about ready to go to sleep.
Okay. Right as you turn off the lights, you kind of climb into bed. You look over at the alarm clock, and as it's kind of ticking away, you start to hear from the hotel that strange music, just kind of like echoing throughout the canyon. And as it echoes, you're looking at the clock, and I'm guessing it's a digital clock with like the two blinking lights.
Yep.
You see the blinking lights?
Oh no.
And they're just kind of frozen.
So I kind of roll over to like the clock, and I hit it a couple times, like this darn thing.
You hit it a few times and nothing. It's just kind of.
Oh boy.
Roll brains for me.
Give me a second.
Mm-hmm. With a 7, as you're kind of getting closer to the clock, trying to like inspect it, you see that there's a soft golden glow that's just hitting the clock the closer you move it to your face.
What in tarnation is that? I can't tell where that gold glow is coming from, or is it obvious that it's
you turn it to the reflective like front face with the number, like with the clock face and numbers on it, and you see 2 golden rings. Your eyes are glowing gold.
So I get up really fast, like I throw blankets off and stuff, and I run over to the mirror on my closet door.
Yeah, you go to your closet door, you look in the mirror, and they're glowing gold. They look exactly as gold as Colt was earlier in the evening.
Oh boy. I guess we're not done. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna try and run downstairs to my uncle's room.
Okay, so you run downstairs to your uncle's room. The door is currently closed. So
Mine or his?
His.
Okay.
So you run downstairs, a small hallway that leads to like the front of the store, and if you go in the opposite direction, you go to your uncle's door. So you're standing there.
Okay, it's close. So I go over to his door and I like knock on it.
Yeah, you.
Uncle, you awake?
Nothing.
I bang again. Uncle?
Nothing.
I check the doorknob.
It's unlocked.
So I open it.
You open it. You see your uncle is in the middle of like pulling the sheets. So he kind of like flapped them to like kind of get them loose. Yeah. And the sheets are kind of floating, suspended in the air. His arms are kind of outstretched in both directions, kind of holding the sheet up like he's flapping it. His eyes are wide open and they're just shaking inside of his skull in all random directions.
Oh no. Oh. I don't know what to do. The others. The others must know something. So I run towards the kitchen to pick up the phone book.
Okay, so you run over to the kitchen. You start flipping through the phone book. Who are you looking to call?
Orion.
You're gonna call Orion?
I'm gonna try to call Orion.
Okay. So looking through the phone book, as you flip through, you're like, all right, roll brains. With a 4, it's not a complete failure. So you don't get an adversity token, but you do realize that you don't know Orion's last name. So a phone book wouldn't be very useful.
Darn it. I'll look for Penny because I gave her a ride home.
Okay. So you start sifting through and you find Penny.
The Marin residence.
Yeah. So you start dialing the phone, and as you're dialing the phone, the strange music dies away. You kind of look around, and then you hear your uncle back in his room. It's flapping his sheets. Now, who opened my door? He goes over and you got the phone in your hand.
Hello?
Hello?
Penny?
Clay?
Yeah. This is Clay. Omens. Remember I gave you a ride?
Yeah, I remember.
You got a little bit of an echo thing going on.
Sorry. I gave you all a ride tonight.
Yeah.
Remember that? Something strange is happening. My eyes turn gold.
Join the club.
What club?
It's been happening to everybody so far. Well, at least me and Kimberly. So pack a bag, meet us at the museum.
Oh, all right. I'll go now.
So, as you kind of quickly hang up the phone, go grab a few things, roll brains. With a 7, you realize that you're still wearing a nightshirt, and you should probably change it to something else before you run out the door in just a nightshirt.
So I hurry upstairs and do that.
All right. As you're getting ready and start heading out to the museum and at around 10:30ish, Orion.
Yes.
You find yourself in the bonfire. The bonfire is getting to kind of that peak in the evenings. Music's playing, everyone's having a good time. A few people are just starting to turn in at this point because it happens every single night, so it's not too much of a spectacle anymore. As you see Saguaro approaching the campfire with the ceremonial, like powders that are used. As he approaches the campfire, he like digs a full hand. All right, my brothers, it is time for that point of the night where we celebrate the soul of fire. So, allow us to start the rituals. And he pours onto the flames a good amount of the powders. And as is normal with these type of things, the powders start to pop and crackle inside of the fire, changing it from bright orange to different incandescent greens and purples as it begins to swirl, and the reactions of the different powders that he uses changes the flames into these beautiful, like, different patterns and colors that refract throughout the space. You see that all of the like RVs turn off all their lights, and people start pulling out mirrors and stuff and setting them up so that the refractions of light from the bonfire are brighter and more like bounce off everywhere. Everyone's starting to do like a slow spiritual chant that you're used to. It's beautiful as always. And then from the hotel you hear, something odd. In the depth of your soul, you feel gross. This wave of anxiety hits you.
This hotel is ruining everything.
As you look around at everyone, you notice that a few of them have stopped entirely. And their eyes are just beginning to move very rapidly in their heads. You see Saguaro is still pouring powders onto the fire, but slower. But he's still moving. His eyes, when you look at him, have a light glow of blue. And he's moving very slowly. Your father approaches and says, "The fires are very strange tonight, don't you think, Orion?"
Yes.
"Hey, buddy. What's going on with your eyes?" As he kind of like reaches out, he slowly puts his hand on your chin and turns your head a little bit. "That's strange." As Saguaro drops another bout of powder into the flames, the powder erupts into another series of colors. The colors this time aren't so much the greens and blues that you're used to, but they're these violet and reds, almost as if fighting something. You're not sure what's going on, but the moment he drops the powder, your father speeds up just a little bit. "It's almost like your eyes are glowing gold. It's really strange." And then the fire dies out entirely. Your father freezes in place. His eyes aren't moving in all directions. In the darkness, you see just the lightest glow of blue.
In his eyes?
Yeah. But everyone else seems frozen. What do you do?
Well, I guess first I just gently caress his face.
As you kind of move his face slightly, something's off. There's like occasionally a strange ripple of red light passing over him, but the blue in his eyes remains.
I think next I'll go to where the fire was.
Okay. You walk up to just ash, but there's a heat in the space. Like there's a fire that's supposed to be there.
Like I can still feel a lot of heat
Yes.
from the area and stuff.
Yeah.
What would I do? Can I put some popcorn into where the fire was?
Is it like already made popcorn? Just
Yeah.
like, okay. You grab a handful of popcorn and you drop it into where the fire is supposed to be. They slow down significantly, but once they get around the area of where the fire is supposed to be, you see them starting to char. They're floating in space, but they're beginning to just like turn black.
And Saguaro also has blue eyes.
Yes, his eyes are currently blue.
Okay. At this point, I'll start frantically like walking around, see if I can find anything.
Roll brains.
Oh, hang on, sorry.
No, you're okay.
Oh, there we go.
With a 5, you see a couple smaller pouches of the powder that Saguaro was using. And you also see a figure standing just out in the periphery of the RVs. And then you see 2 figures. There is a shorter figure, a humanoid, with glowing gold eyes. And to his left, a much taller figure, one that you've seen earlier this evening. Standing next to him, and like every once in a while fidgeting in place and looking in all directions.
I'll just run over there. If I recognize Colt. Yeah.
You trudge through the dirt and jumping over a couple logs that people have placed as chairs and people as well, just kind of weaving around them. And you walk up to Colt, who's standing there. The figure that was standing next to him has moved very far away.
Oh, okay. But Colt I'm
Yeah.
next to Colt now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Colt's eyes are glowing gold. More than normal. You've seen it before, but now they're just like this bright incandescence to it. This isn't supposed to happen. Oh
Colt,
no.
did you do this?
What? No. I would never do this. Oh. You see, like the feathers are kind of bristled on the mascot costume, as he's every once in a while, like one of his legs will stamp down in just like frustration. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Who's your friend?
Oh? What friend?
There was a. Is he? Can I still see him?
Yep, he's still standing. He's probably, yeah, he's probably like 40 yards away from you.
Oh. That guy, way out there. Can you see him?
He Colt looks in the direction. The giant, like quail-beaked head kind of swivels in the direction that you're pointing. I don't see anyone. There's no one there. It's just open field. Are you all right?
Hello!
As you shout in the direction, the figure looks in your direction, then looks up at the hotel. Looks back at you, and in the shadow you see it point to itself, and it points up to the hotel. And as it's doing that, the music stops. And you see it from behind you, there's an eruption. As a flame like shoots back into life. Whoa, that was weird, man, you hear Saguaro say. And a few other people are just kind of like looking at each other in strange commotion of confusion.
There's too many people here. I need to go.
Something's going on. You don't have any idea what just happened?
I barely have an idea of what normally happens. But this shouldn't. I can tell you that much.
Well, as much as a player would like to meet with the other players, the one indication he gave me is pointing at the hotel, right?
Yes, the shadow figure did point towards the hotel.
I kind of instinctually want to go there.
You want to go to the hotel? Are you talking? Well, sorry. Were you talking to Colt, or were you just telling the DM?
I'll ask him too. Is like, that's where the guy was pointing. It might be a clue to figure out what just happened here.
You want to go up there? But it's evil.
But maybe we can stop it.
Oh, I don't know about that. I suppose I'm supposed to help.
You helped us before, Colt.
I want to help. It's what I'm here for, but it's so dangerous. Are you sure you want to go alone?
Not alone. I just look at him.
Just us two. I can't do anything. I'm just Colt.
Hang right there. Let me see if I can get back up on this.
Okay. I'll be here. As he kind of like looks around for a second, then sits on a rock. His entire like composure kind of slumps over, like he's just a costume.
Okay. Okay. So, I guess it's your call. I wouldn't assume I have a phone, but do you want to make a call on that?
You probably wouldn't have a phone, but
Yeah.
you would have a CV radio.
CV radio. What can I do with that?
There are several different places that have CV radios. For one, the police station keeps the CV radio like active, and fortunately, so does Owen's feed.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll try that.
Okay, so you run over to your RV doesn't have a CV radio, but Saguaro's does have a CV radio for emergencies.
Okay.
You rush over to there. Everyone's still kind of disoriented, so like no one's really paying any attention. As you get into Saguaro's RV real quick, as you've done many times to just talk to Clay, just to hang out in the evenings, you quickly switch it on and switch it to the appropriate channel. So, Clay, as you've switched out of your clothes, that's taken a little bit longer than normal because you had to find like clean clothes that weren't covered in slop. You pick up your backpack and you're rushing back down, and as you swing the door open from your room, you hear a from your CV radio.
Oh, well, darn it! Of course, I should have used the CB. So I rush over to the radio, and I grab the little thingy. Come in. Owen's feed hearing you loud and clear. Come in.
All right, good. What's up, Clay? Is anything weird going on with you right now?
You forgot to say over.
Oh, right, over. Is any over going weird?
A lot of strange things happening over here. Over.
Yeah, same here. So, actually, I'm with Colt right now too. and a weird figure pointed at the hotel, and everything froze for a second. Have you seen any blue eyes around?
You need to say over.
Over.
No blue eyes, but my eyes turned gold. Over.
Oh, weird. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on, but I'm thinking there was another strange figure pointing at the hotel, so I was kind of thinking of maybe going there. Over. Hello?
I heard you loud and clear. So the girls, well, at least Penny, I called her, and she said that everyone's meeting up at the museum. And then I suppose we can decide from there what's going on, because they've been going through some weird things too. Over.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Well, I'll meet you there. Over.
Sounds good. Over and out.
So as you kind of like clip it back in place and switch the CV back to its original position, you see the majority of people are beginning to like kick the fires out and just starting to head back to their RVs. Normally this goes on for a couple more hours, but whatever just happened seems to have killed the mood in general. And you see Saguaro like just kind of rubbing his head a little bit and just looking up at the hotel as you pass. I don't know what's going on. This never happened before. I'm going to bed. See Waro trudge off, and he's left a couple of bags of the powders that he normally uses just kind of sitting near the big bonfire, which he normally just packs up and puts it all away. But everyone seems pretty disillusioned by whatever just happened.
Okay. No, I'd respect it. I'm leaving the powders there.
Sure.
And I'm just gonna go walk over to my dad and just be like, "Hey, Dad, I'm gonna go out walking for a bit. It's feeling like a stargazing night tonight, and I think this is a usual thing every once in a while that I do late at night."
Yeah. And your dad's like, all right. Be careful. There's bad spirits out tonight.
Yeah, I'll be careful. Thank you, though.
All right. Well, the RV will be here when we get back. As he also, like in a slight daze, heads back towards the RV.
Okay.
You meet up with Colt, who, as soon as you approach, Did you find backup?
We're gonna meet backup. You remember the people you saved from the slop?
No.
Okay. Well, we got backup. We're gonna go to the museum.
Okay. He kind of like ambles to like get back up to a normal height, and with a slight sway says, I trust you.
I look to him and say, I trust you too, Colt.
His head kind of nods, and as it nods forward, it goes a little bit too far and just kind of falls off and kind of rolls a little bit. The top of the neck, there's nothing inside of it. And from the floor you hear, oh no. You see the hands just starting to like pat around the ground trying to find the head. Help.
I slowly take it.
You pick it up and you place it back on the head.
I think we both got a lot to learn about you.
Yes, I think so. Well,
I don't know where this museum is.
Follow me. I'll lead the way.
As you begin to walk in that direction, Penny and Kimberly. I'd say Kimberly.
Mhm.
You get to the museum first.
Okay.
The streets, even at this time of night, are usually filled with people. There's not a single soul. The streets are dark. The area around the courthouse is kind of like a square. You got the courthouse in the center, and there's businesses and buildings all around the perimeter. One of those businesses is let me pull up the name real quick. The Stuffed Saloon and Museum, which you were at earlier in the day. It's a saloon that has different taxidermy creatures and things all about it. And there's other different businesses that surround this particular space, like Seamus McGillicuddy's Taxidermy Hootenanny and Veterinary. That's just across the way. You see the prospector just kind of like with his pickaxe, and it's slowly like moving. It's like an animated prospector, like signage on top of the building. There's an ice cream shop on the opposite side that's called Freezy Sweets. There's like a cupcake with a scoop of ice cream on top of it. That's kind of like the candies, like frozen food, frozen treats place in the town. It's all kind of here in this town square. But as you approach, coming off of the funicular, walking, riding your bike all the way over here, you kind of tilt your bike to the side and kick the stand up. After waiting for a little while, I'd say 10-20 minutes, not a soul. No cars pass by, no people walking, no one in their businesses. It's just empty. And then you hear the sound of a bike huffing and puffing. Penny comes around the corner.
Huffing and puffing because I strapped the chainsaw to the back of my bike.
And occasionally you see her like wobble, like a person that's brand new to riding a bike, mainly because she's completely off balance due to the giant chainsaw that's currently on the back portion of the bike.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, I made it. Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Where is everybody?
I don't know, but I'm glad you brought the chainsaw. Good idea.
Yeah. I just, the dark. I just felt like I needed it. It's really weird here.
I know. Yeah. No one has been around.
You haven't seen anything else
Nothing.
happen?
No.
Okay. Did Frankie answer?
Yes, Frankie's on her way. And I think it's just us three, I'm assuming.
I don't know how to reach the others. I don't know.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
You hear
I did hear from somebody else. I almost forgot.
Who?
Clay called. Yeah. He knows. He's coming.
Oh, great.
From
Well, I
around the
guess the
corner.
more the merrier.
From around the corner, you hear you see Frankie coming up on her tricked out bike as he kind of like moves into the space, kicks the stand and tilts it off to the side. He stands up and he's with you guys now.
Hey, Frankie.
What's going on, guys?
Oh, weird
Too
night.
much.
Yeah.
So you brought a entire chainsaw, Penny.
Yeah. Thank you, by the way, for helping me keep that. I don't really know what to do for you in return, but I'll think of something.
Yeah, something will come up, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Kimberly, did you bring any,
Got a gun. Yeah.
Kimberly produces a 6-shooter.
I think we're in good
Sweet,
shape
right?
tonight.
You guys are kind of standing outside of the saloon. Are you guys going inside the saloon, or are you just standing out here?
I'll try the door. I'll see if it's
Sure.
is it still open? Is it usually still open by this time?
During this time of night, normally there's patrons. It's a saloon, so you would imagine that people would be in there.
Okay. Are the lights on?
But there are no lights on the inside.
Well, that might ruin this meeting. Okay. I like take the chainsaw off the bike and like put my backpack on, and I like go over and try to open it.
I thought you were about to chainsaw the door.
You try the door, and it is unlocked.
Well,
Do you guys have a flashlight?
I do.
I
Right.
do as well.
Get the flashlight. I have my gun at the ready, just in case. You never know.
Don't, you know.
I know
Jeez.
how to use this.
She has trigger
only
discipline. She's grown up in it, so
Did you only bring one gun?
Is anything what?
Did you only bring one gun?
No, I have 2.
Okay, just checking.
as you approach the door, with your flashlight, you kind of push it open. Inside, there are several people, all kind of slumped over and asleep on the tables. You see the head of the saloon. Let's see. Nope, that's not the one. There you go. Miss Bailey. She's currently like on the bar, just kind of leaned forward and also asleep.
You know what would wake them all up, Kimberly?
A gunshot.
Yeah.
Should I guess it would be a good idea to wake them up.
I think so.
Okay, we'll probably be kicked out of here really fast.
Well, we'll prop the door open and you'll do it outside so you don't leave a hole in their ceiling.
That works. Sure, why not?
It's Arizona.
So you're firing the gun?
I guess.
So you point into the sky, and from the back of your head, you hear your father say, "Never shoot a gun into the sky. It's incredibly dangerous." Do you still do it?
Is there anything around that I can shoot, like a bench or like anything that will not like actually be overly damaged?
Roll brains.
Darn, I don't want to.
With an 8, you do see on one of the electrical poles, there are like a couple of shoes that have been thrown onto the wires. They're kind of just dangling up there. And right behind it is like the giant like mountain wall, which is probably your safest bet.
That'll do.
Alright, go ahead and roll fight.
No. Out of curiosity, what's the worst that could happen?
You don't know.
You
I
won't
know.
know.
I mean, if she paused, like she's obviously taking time to do this, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
So me being uncomfortable, I'm like, also I have a chainsaw that makes a lot of noise and won't hit anything.
Let's
The
do
gun
that.
will make more noise, though.
True, but I'm
Well,
just
if-
saying.
You know what? To be safe, let's turn the chainsaw on inside, and that should be loud enough. Let's see what happens. And then if that doesn't work, then I'll shoot.
Which would you rather wake up to? Somebody with a chainsaw inside of the bar that you were sleeping in, or somebody shooting outside?
I mean, I see your point. But let's go with the safer option where no one even remotely possibly gets hurt.
I don't think that's either of these options, but whatever.
Probably
Let's
not
do it.
Okay, go for it, Penny.
Chainsaw.
All right. I watch where I'm at, make sure I'm not like near
Sure, of course.
but in
You-
the middle of the room and turn it on.
Yeah, you turn over the chainsaw, and as it roars to life, no one moves.
And I turned it off.
It's not loud enough.
Okay. I guess here goes nothing. You said fight, right?
Yep, roll fight. Would you like to use a diversity token?
I would guess 2. At least 2. Oh, somebody might want to help me with this too, because fight is 4 for me. Just a heads up.
No, I think I'm gonna see what happens with this.
You are so mean.
So
I would have
with-
left it at 1.
So with a 3, You fire at the shoes, and it's a direct hit.
Oh,
Unfortunately, it's a direct hit at the electrical wire. And as the bullet penetrates the wire, you see the two stations on the poles just go, and the lights for the entire area just go dark.
Huh.
Was that loud enough?
With
Should get
the
somebody's attention.
with the gunshot and 2 explosions, no one wakes up.
Something's definitely wrong.
Well,
At
I
this
mean,
point-
even with the time frozen, at least the power was working.
That's true. Not
Well,
anymore.
The power's
Yeah.
not working now because she shot out the
Yeah.
electricity. And the lights in the saloon looked like they were turned off.
Hmm.
Okay.
So at this point, you see Clay coming up.
Hey, y'all.
Clay, you just heard boom
Wait,
off in town square.
hey, is everyone all right?
Oh yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, besides the sleeping people, they're fine.
Sleeping people. It's a saloon. I mean, it's usually hot. It's not bad.
You got a weird dissonance going on. Sorry.
It's usually hopping at this time of night.
You'd think.
Not like this. I mean, even. Sorry, what was her name? The
Bailey,
bar-
Miss Bailey.
Even Miss Bailey is asleep. Come on.
It's very
come on.
dark. It's very dark out now because all of the lights are off. But with the flashlight aiming it into the saloon, there are a bunch of sleeping patrons.
Do you think the saloon has any backup power?
Stuffy Saloon has backup power?
I don't know. I'm asking.
I think we should not be standing here in case the cops do have power and get a phone call.
Everyone's asleep, but that is a valid idea.
Well, everyone at the saloon's asleep.
Yeah. We should move.
Mhm.
Yes. Did anybody get a hold of Orion? Does he know?
Oh, I did. He called me on the radio. He's on his way
Told you
With,
he didn't have a phone.
with the demon cult.
Oh.
Okay.
Should we just wait outside them?
Yes, but as we've established, not here.
Let's wait across the street and watch him show up.
That's a great idea.
So you guys just cross the street into the park outside of the town hall and just kind of sit in a couple benches in that space. As you wait for Orion to approach, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. So we'll be right back after about a 10-minute break with more of That Washington Sound. Stick with us.